We interrupt this program to bring you an important Wayfair message. Wayfair's got style tips for every home. This is Styles McKenzie helping you make those rooms sing. Today's style tip. When it comes to making a statement, treat bold patterns like neutrals. Go wild, like an untamed animal print area rug under a rustic farmhouse table from Wayfair.com. Arr, fierce. This has been your Wayfair style tip to keep those interiors superior.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
This is the Philly and Joe Podcast.
92.1 City, Winnipeg's rock station, the Watchman Boneyard Tree at 6:08 on a Tuesday morning, short work week. Philly and Joe with you. And just to get right at it here, because the text line is asking us questions.
And we're so transparent on this program. We always have been.
That's right. So our good friend, Shalinda Kirby, has left 92.1 City. She decided to leave to chase other adventures, and we wish her nothing but the best. So, yeah.
It's been a kind of an emotional few months when word came out because of contract obligations. And Kirby on Friday was her last show, and we had obviously spent the week on an emotional roller coaster, all three of us, that I'm not afraid to tell you, ended in tears on Friday after the show and hugs.
Yeah.
And we just kind of followed Kirby's wishes. I mean, anxiety was going to be quite high, and she just wanted to walk away as if it was a regular show, and that's why we didn't make an announcement on Friday. And she covered it on her social media.
Yeah, we followed her lead. She didn't want to have a big goodbye show, and then she put it out on social media, as Joe was saying. And it was emotional. You know, we've had a lot of fun over the years. So
7 years together.
Yeah, and hey, she wants to chase other things, and we commend her for that. We applaud her and wish her nothing but the best.
Hey, she's 36 years of age, and she's got her whole life ahead of her. Mm-hmm. Not like an old dog like you or I are, especially me.
Well, we went for lunch with her last week, and it's funny because we both said that, like, hey, Joe and I are leaving this industry, baby. What else do we know how to do?
There's not many options left, really. So good on Curbs. Hopefully she's sleeping in this morning, because that was one of the things. That poor girl was getting up at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And she's got a whole life ahead of her. So we wish her the best. And I mean, life will have to go on. And
and look, also of note, we are actively searching for a replacement, and we have some really exciting things in the hopper.
Yeah, like today, 92.1 City World Tour, Ozzy in England. We're going to start qualifying people for that this morning, so more details on that. I think maybe at around 6:30 we'll give some details on how that contest is going to work out.
How the contest is going to work out, and then we'll also 6:35. We'll roll out how that's going to work, and then we'll announce today's song of the day. Does that work?
I love it.
Okay, perfect. Good morning. Welcome to your short work week with Philly and Joe.
Philly Joe Podcast.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
Good morning, PJK. Rager here with your morning rage to the jackass who just cut me off and then slammed on his brakes because he had to turn left. And then when I hit my horn, he puts his goddamn finger up like I'm the bro. Learn how to friggin' drive. Don't race over, cut someone off, and then slam on your brakes, because you're gonna miss your turn. For the love of God, City of Winnipeg, I love you. Ranger loves you, baby.
Okay, hey, finished it positive.
Always ends with a positive. He's the Rager, the one and only.
Dennis the Menace. Let's check in with him.
For the person driving about 40 kilometers an hour on Demerol, who then proceeded to roll through 3 stop signs. Stop signs are there for you to stop, not roll through. One day you're going to get a $250 ticket for running a stop sign, and you deserve it.
That is true. They will hang out, the WPS, and watch for people rolling through stop signs, things like that.
Yeah, I had a meeting once with MPI, and they were saying that that is one of the biggest culprits that people will get tickets for because of the whole everybody's in a rush syndrome.
Yeah, my wife got one rolling through once.
They call it the Manitoba roll.
Yeah, but she respectfully asked, like, I feel like I stopped. And he's like, not long enough. What is
it, 3 seconds?
Yeah. It's
right?
like, wow, really? I didn't stop long. So anyway, be careful. at those stop signs, and this was around a school zone, so I want to say maybe be even extra careful at stop signs around school zones. I can't say that they're out there with a campaign right now, but definitely don't roll through stop signs. Great call from Dennis the Menace this morning. Okay, I love the did you know phone calls.
You guys should ask a question. How much sugar is in a sugar-free Tic Tac? Most people will guess 0. It's sugar-free. A Tic Tac is made of 90% sugar. The FDA does not require them to put it on the label if there's less than half a gram of sugar in it. But Tic Tacs are so tiny, that's almost the entire Tic Tac. Fun facts.
Everybody knows when you have Tic Tacs in your pocket.
Oh, you can't walk with. That's like wearing corduroy pants. Almost as good, except you don't get the shake. Kids, you know what? That's a good sign, though, if you're out on working maybe the bar or something.
Yeah.
And you can still hear the Tic Tacs over the loud music. They know you're going to have fresh breath.
Good breath. It's better than chomping on the gum sometimes, the Tic Tacs, right? So,
Did you have a favorite Tic Tac flavor? Because which one?
Orange.
And that was the least one that I would feel confident for fresh breath. The orange. It was more like candy.
Yeah, I know. Didn't really do much.
Green
for your
and
breath.
white, and all of a sudden the game changer was their orange.
And you go through the little box of them so fast, too. Like, you're done. You're only at the bar for an hour.
Didn't you buy half of the reason because it came in a little plastic container with the flip on the lid?
It didn't take up tons of room in your pocket, but it made the noise. Okay, now we got some Jets calls here. Let's just rattle through some of them. Obviously, we don't have to tell everybody the tough weekend for the Jets.
Okay, I'm just going to come out and say it. It's a bad day. It's a dark day. It feels grim, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Listen, this is the big thing about losing, is that it teaches you how to win, right? So Game 6 didn't go our way, but we got to remember, this was an incredible season. Arneal did amazing things in such a short time. We are going to build on this season and go many, many more bigger places, big places. And I, for one, am happy that Mark Scheifele can spend some time with his family now. So, going to be a great year next year. Good job this year, team. Keep building on that success. All right.
I love that positive attitude about the Jets.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about it, I'm guessing, right?
Okay, now some you know what? It's never too early to suggest some possible changes.
Dear Kevin Shovel Day Off and anyone who knows the man, sign Ehlers, give the keys to the city, bring back Johnny Taves, even if he's a fourth liner, banish Appleton to the fourth line, or just don't sign him again. I don't even skate, and I could have made that shot. And then for the love of God, make some trades at trade deadline, and we're going to the Cup. Great year for the Jets. Was a treat to watch. Shame what happened with Mark and his dad. Emotional night, but overall, very happy as a fan. I think we got a good couple of years here. We just need to maximize them, and I think we got this. Go Jets, go.
See, that's another positive.
Yeah, I mean, if you noticed, the fabric of the team has obviously changed over the last few years. We learned that by the end of the season and how close this group has become, not just because of the Mark Scheifele story at the end. They've obviously learned Game 6 was a positive, even for Helly on the road.
Yep.
And that kind of stuff. And they do have to make a few tweaks. But, yeah, the big story is a couple of unrestricted free agents. Ehlers is one of them. And the big comment there is how much will he command in the market, because Connor comes up next year.
Yeah, there's going to be tons of interest in Ehlers, yes.
Chevy's got a couple of days to relax, I guess, after they do their exit meetings. Then he'll be back to work, poor guy.
Right. Okay, someone coming at Dr. Hockey here.
So this is a message for Dr. Hockey. If you go back to episode 158 of the podcast, Mr. Vinny guarantees that the Jets are going to the Stanley Cup final. What happened, Vinny? Maybe it's time to hang up the Dr. Hockey routine and stick to making banger requests. Have a great week, all.
He's pretty good at banger requests.
He is. That guy's got good taste in music. Say what you want about Vinny. Speaking of which, now you know Vinny's going to want to respond to that call.
Yeah.
This one here isn't in response to that call, but you knew we'd hear from Vinny over the weekend with the Jets losing.
Yeah, so the Jets lost. That really sucks. I really thought they were going to win that game. It was so close. But the thing is, I don't think that ref should have called a penalty at all. I didn't see any trip. I mean, I think he bump into him. He bumped into the dude and to Shifley, and it looked like he tripped, but I don't see it that way. Like he bumped into Shifley, and they both fell. I don't know why they called it. But, they played a great game. Give them that. They really did. I think they'll do better next year. They're going to probably make it to the Cup final next year. That's my prediction.
What?
But now it's Oilers. I don't really like Toronto, so I hope the Oilers win the Cup.
You don't have to worry about Toronto.
Should be a good series. I'll be checking that. But anyways, my give Jets all props. They did a good job.
Could always be worse. Exactly. You're not the Leafs.
I'll tell you right now, if you followed any coverage over the weekend, I mean, the Jets were trying to leave on a positive, off a sad note, too, on a personal level for the Shifley family and the team itself. I mean, to me, the first thought that brought a tear to my eye was watching the captain, Adam Lowry, go the penalty box and grab Shifes, whose head was hung down, and pull him out of there. Like that tells you everything you need to know about how close this group really is this year.
Yeah.
But then Toronto,
wow,
and there is big changes coming in Toronto.
Yes.
There has to be. But man, the coverage of that.
Well, the analysts, I loved the Sportsnet analysts on the desk there saying, you look at Winnipeg and how hard they battled and overtime with everything they went through. No Morrissey and what happened with Shifley. And they still took Dallas to OT. And then you compare it with the Leafs, who went out with such a whimper. Like that was, you felt proud about them giving kudos to the Jets for battling.
For sure. And then seeing and hearing some of the Leaf players and the captain saying too many passengers. I mean, anyway, it was a weird hockey weekend, especially if you bet on both the Jets and Toronto like I did. You lost a lot of money.
Ouch.
That was...
We interrupt this program to bring you an important Wayfair message. Wayfair's got style tips for every home. This is Nicole Byer, helping you make those rooms flyer. Today's style tip: when it comes to making a statement, treat bold patterns like neutrals. Go wild! Like an untamed animal print area rug under a rustic farmhouse table from Wayfair.com. Ooh, fierce! This has been your Wayfair style tip to keep those interiors superior.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Do that.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
The greatest front man in the history of rock and roll, Ozzy Osbourne. Remember the first time I heard of Ozzy? That sound was raw power.
Jack Black. Couldn't have said it better myself. And Joe, are you supposed to give hints? We got a new contest, and it's massive. Starting this morning, your first chance to become a finalist starts this morning. Ozzy Black Sabbath, back to the beginning, July 5th, Villa Park, Birmingham, England.
Yeah, it's going to be an incredible show. I've been lucky enough on a former 92.1 City World Tour to get out to the UK to see some bands. And And I'll tell you, there's just something magical about that place. I mean, some of the great bands that have come out of there, the Beatles, the Stones, the Who, Black Sabbath, you know, and many others. But Ozzy and Black Sabbath together was going to be one thing. But to put this list of people together, even Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins, you've got Steven Tyler that's going to be making an appearance. A couple of members of GNR, I guess Duff McKagan and Slash. I'm just looking at the list here.
Tool, Metallica.
Fred Durst is KK Downing.
Oh.
Are you kidding? KK Downing from The Priest.
Lizzie Hale.
Yeah.
Anthrax. Like it's... And
Tom Morello, too, right?
Yeah. Tom
He's
Morello.
arranging.
That's right. And like just the amount of moments that are going, because Ozzy's going to periodically be on stage
as best he can, from what he says, right? He's been working out. Tool performing too. Phil, you should be out there on that tour.
I love Tool.
Alice in Chains.
Jason Momoa is the MC for the evening.
Well, you know what's going to be killer there is so many people. Like, he's going to be one of the biggest guys on stage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Performers. What? Oh, he's behind Momoa. But anyway, this tour, it's really a short time span here. Only about 3 weeks to qualify. And when you do hear that song of the day, you want to text the code word WIN, okay, at 762-555 and get in on it. So here's the hint today. Phil played it for you earlier. Paranoid is the song. It's coming up in the 8 o'clock hour today. Iron Mike's going to shoot me for this.
Joe,
but you know what?
like, really, you're going to get called into his office, and I'm going to have to come. Did you think I really wanted an extra meeting today?
You know what? Ever since this open concept here at this new building on Scurfield, best thing that ever happened to me. No office to get called into.
That's right, yeah.
You get I'm going to get railed in front of the other staff because today's staff meeting day, isn't it? So 8 a.m., 1 p.m. today, and he's going to hate me for saying this, but Big Daddy Kane's going to have it for you, too, on your drive home at 5.
If you forget any of that, Paranoid, just remember that. Today's song of the day for your chance to be a finalist to go see Back to the Beginning, Ozzy and Black Sabbath. Paranoid, your song of the day. Good luck.
This is the Philly and Joe Podcast.
Not sensation, temptation, Tea Party. What was that? That's the ghost song. I've been calling it Sanitize instead of Satanize. I'm not going to start calling that song Sensation by Tea Party.
You know what? If you do, it won't matter because you're not the only one that's ever done that, especially when the song's playing. Because how many times have you been there just making up words and your partner looks over at you and goes, "That's not it, dummy."
That's a fun conversation. We've had it
Song
before.
Lyrics?
Songs that you have screwed up. I had a buddy, Cold Gin by Kiss, when we were younger, and forever he thought it was closing time. Closing time again! Until somebody looked at him one day and was like, no, it's Cold Gin, bro.
That's awesome.
Philly Joe Podcast.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
The 82 games were outstanding. The work that we put in to get ourselves where we did at the end of the season, where we stood in the league, guys have to be awfully proud of that accomplishment. How we battled through the playoffs. Lots of things happened. We had to go through a lot of bodies. Again, losing Josh tonight was a big blow. It's growth. It hurts a lot. But we lost to a great team. We lost to a team that was in our rearview mirror all year long.
You know what? And bottom line is this morning, and I think, the Jets went out. Nobody is saying that the Jets didn't show a ton of character, pride, class, a family. Whereas, you compare the two captains. Look at Adam Lowry, and granted, there was tragedy within the Jets family with Mark Scheifele's father. But still, compare the two captains, honestly, any day of the week. Austin Matthews and Adam Lowry. Austin Matthews throwing his teammates under the bus when he had a terrible playoff.
Including himself.
He did not have a good playoff. And instead of saying, I got to be better, it's on me, I'm the best player. No. There was too many passengers. Okay, thanks, Austin. And then you got a guy like Adam Lowry.
Our guy goes into the penalty box and takes out one of our superstars who's having the worst day of his life. Hearing that his father, who he was very close to, had passed away and said he was going to play early in the day, which I think anybody in a sporting family or event, your parents who have helped raise you would want you to play in a game like that. And Mark Scheifele proved that, even though emotionally you got to be a wreck. But that team showed throughout the year, and I mentioned this a few times over the season, how transparent a lot of these players have become and doing interviews. Just as an example, Connor Hellebuyck never used to do an interview after a loss. Mm-hmm. He started doing that. You see how close the culture became with these guys over the last year. Hey, we were 2 years ago away from a lot of skeptics going, who are they hiring as a head coach? And such like that.
Sorry to interrupt, Joe. How about Ehlers? I thought Ehlers, he had a very good playoff, and he struggled in the playoffs before. And the other night he got asked about that, and he laughed and said, I certainly haven't figured it out. It's the hardest time of year to play. But I'm working on it.
He's playing for a contract, too.
Yeah,
That's a pretty good incentive.
That's true.
But on just from where we've grown as a team over the last few years, I think this team obviously will learn from the losses and what they need to get better as a team, or who they're going to pick up, because you're going to lose a few and you're going to gain a few. Mm-hmm. And as even Paul Maurice said, he knew that he said that you guys are going to eat them up, your players in Toronto. But you guys really don't know how close that was. And they got skunked 6-1.
Oh, God.
But it tells you everything you need to know about how much parity there is in the National Hockey League right now. When you just lost to the team that the Las Vegas odds makers have predicted will win the Stanley Cup in the Dallas Stars.
Yeah.
And we went as close to the distance as you can go in overtime. I mean, and you lost your best defenseman during that game, too.
Yeah, they really, Morrissey got targeted from day one in the playoffs, starting with St. Louis, then on to Dallas. Let me just play a little Lowry here. This was after the game when asked about Mark Scheifele.
The word family, but just to let him know we're there for him. It's just an awful day for him that you want to give him the strength. You want to get that kill so bad. We just couldn't do it.
Yeah, and I mean, that handshake line, the Dallas Stars, and the respect they paid Peter DeBoer, the coach of the Stars, towards Scheifele, it was awesome.
How about the guy that just punched him in the face the game before and got a $5,000 fine? He hugs him and was telling him how much he respected him as a player and a man. And, that's the hockey world, too. But
that series
brought
was so close.
A tear to my eye, and then Lowry pulling him out of the penalty box. But at the end of the day, they're human beings, and sometimes you forget that in the world of sports because it brings all of us together. But that was a pretty emotional run, I think, for all us Jets fans because we were feeling for that kid on the ice.
Yeah, now we got what? Oilers and
it almost doesn't
Stars.
matter anymore. Tonight and tomorrow. I'll be watching.
Carolina, Florida, I'll watch it. You're right, but McDavid's chase, and the Oilers look really good.
Yeah.
And I don't find them... I don't find them a hard team to cheer for. Does that make
I just don't have the emotion anymore left, but I will be watching because you can't set a precedent now and drop off on the NHL playoffs because then there's other things to do.
What am I going to do? Start doing yard work?
We interrupt this program to bring you an important Wayfair message. Wayfair's got style tips for every home. This is Nicole Byer, helping you make those rooms flyer. Today's style tip: when it comes to making a statement, treat bold patterns like neutrals. Go wild! Like an untamed animal print area rug under a rustic farmhouse table from Wayfair.com. Ooh, fierce! This has been your Wayfair style tip to keep those interiors superior.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Come on.
For more Philly and Joe, plug it into 92.1 City weekday mornings 6 to 10.
That's something you don't see as much anymore. Can so-and-so come out and play? It still exists, but it was the way we, I think you can vouch for this. That's how we grew up, is just banging on your buddy's door and seeing if he wants to go play. Nowadays, there's a little more coordination a lot of times. The parents will contact each other, or they even have phones a lot of times. Hey, you want to meet at the park?
Are you kidding? At some point, it used to be just adults even, where, mom would have a bundt cake or something in the freezer because somebody would just drop in. Oh, look, your aunt had just showed up. You know what I mean? Now, that doesn't even happen. There's no drop-ins.
Kathy Aubrey drops in.
Your place.
Oh, yeah.
But you're her son.
So
she raised you.
Yeah.
There's no rules there.
None.
But you're not dropping in to see mom.
No.
Without a phone call first. Even my dad. Okay, he's had a cold for 237 straight days because he doesn't look after himself anymore. But here's the best one. I talked to him yesterday, and I said, hey, I got what you wanted. Because I always ask, do you need me to do anything for you? No, it's good. But the other day, he asked for something. I said, hey, I got it for you. I'll drop it well, call first. I might be out. What?
He
call
told
first.
you to call first.
Yeah, make sure you call first. But there's no drop-ins anymore.
I'll say my mom usually brings immediately. God bless my mom. Immediately when I see her face in the window, without any warning, I the first reaction is, really? You couldn't send me a text? But then once I answer the door, she's typically got cupcakes. Oh, give these to the grandkids, right? There's something.
She's bringing something.
Some food of some form.
Yeah, she's not dropping in to have a chit-chat.
No.
No.
She doesn't want to talk to me that much.
No.
There's a food or a card or something.
Then it's all right.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
This is the Philly and Joe Podcast.
Boston Pizza text line 762-555. Minister Ian Bushy. Super regular on the program. We love hearing from Minister Bushy. We're talking about song lyrics that you screw up. And he's got a good one. CCR, Bad Moon Rising. There's a bad moon on the rise to this day. My brother still sings it. If he sings it as "There's a bathroom on the right."
Oh, yes.
You know what? I like that better, actually.
It's a classic.
Listen, where's a bathroom at? Oh, this reminds me of a CCR song. It's on the right.
Somebody should sing it to you. Yeah, that's awesome.
Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
I got this one from Jason. He says, my girlfriend Jen always hears "You're a stupid hombre" instead of "Pour some sugar on me." I'm Def Leppard.
You're a stupid hombre. Look at this. The more of these we get, and we found another one that I have screwed up. This person says, I used to think it was "Take Me Down to the Very Last City" instead of "Paradise City."
Right.
That was one of my, or still is, one of my favorite albums ever, Appetite for Destruction, and an absolute rock anthem. And initially, before I realized the song was called "Paradise City," I thought it was "Take Me Down to the Very Last City."
Okay.
So I'm right there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of great ones coming in on the there's the famous one too, like CCR, like Tiny Dancer.
Yeah.
Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza. That one came up. There was a book written with a bunch of these.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, in it, yeah. Where like things like CCR, and there was "Excuse Me While I Kiss This Guy" from Jimi Hendrix.
Got that one.
Yeah.
How about "Smoke on the Water," also known as "Slow Motion Walter"? That came from the Fire Engine guys, man. Keep them coming. 762-555. Song lyrics you have screwed up. Or maybe you don't want to admit that you screwed them up. Just blame it on somebody else. Bone phone on the way.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
There it is. Marty.
Rhymes with party.
He'll be partying in England if he's got to answer the phone, though. Come on.
What a great country.
What a great show.
Hello?
Hi, is this Marty?
It's Marty.
Marty, it's Philly and Joe. Do you ever get called Party Marty?
All the time.
Well, I don't know if it says that on any documents, but if it does, you might have to just go with your legit name. You're the first qualifier for the latest 92-1 City World Tour, Ozzy in England, bringing it back home.
No way.
Yeah.
Awesome.
How unbelievable would this be, Marty? You're a finalist. That means your name is in the draw, in the hat. It could be pulled, which means you would be going to England to see the final Ozzy Sabbath show with all these amazing bands saluting Ozzy.
Speechless. It would be great. That'd be unreal.
And Joe and I are coming with you if you win.
Well,
there you go, Party Marty. Let's go.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
Hit us up wherever you get this podcast and rate and review the show.
Good fortune will come to you.
Actually, we can't promise that, but we'll cross our fingers.
We interrupt this program to bring you an important Wayfair message. Wayfair's got style tips for every home. This is Styles McKenzie helping you make those rooms sing. Today's style tip. When it comes to making a statement, treat bold patterns like neutrals. Go wild, like an untamed animal print area rug under a rustic farmhouse table from Wayfair.com. Arr, fierce. This has been your Wayfair style tip to keep those interiors superior.
Wayfair, every style, every home.